Kristen again, and I'm doing a speech on abusive relationships with teenagers and how you can help yourself.
Hi.
Okay. Did you know that 1 in 11 high school students reports to being physically hurt by a date? Physical abuse in teenage relationships is becoming more and more common. This is why every teen needs to be educated on abusive relationships. But what is abuse, what are the signs, and how can you help yourself? I'm sure we all have encountered some form of abuse, either personally, through a friend, or through a family member. It's hard to know what to do in that position, what kind of advice to give, or how to help. The first step in dealing with teenage abuse in relationships is to be able to understand what abuse is. Abuse can sometimes be disguised as deep caring or concern, when it is really extreme jealousy or controlling behavior. Abuse can come in forms such as physical, emotional, mental, or sexual. Emotional abuse consists of threats, intimidation, put-downs, and much more. It's hard to recognize because it's not visible, but it can hurt just as bad and be just as traumatic. Sexual abuse can happen to anyone, male or female, and under no circumstance is it ever okay to be forced into performing any sexual acts that you are not comfortable with. In most abusive relationships, the victim is the girl, and statistics say that 1 in 3 teenagers report knowing a friend or peer who has been hit, punched, kicked, slapped, choked, or physically hurt by their partner. 1 in 4 teenage girls who have been in relationships reveal they have been pressured to perform oral sex or engage in intercourse, and more than 1 in 4 teenage girls in a relationship report to enduring repeated verbal abuse. Because there are so many forms of abuse, it's important to recognize the different signs that you or someone you know is being abused. Kids Health website gives an informative list of signs that you are in an abusive relationship, which lists the following: harms you physically in any way, including slapping, pushing, grabbing, shaking, smacking, kicking, and punching. Tries to control different aspects of your life, such as how you dress, who you hang out with, and what you say. Frequently humiliates you or makes you feel unworthy. Coerces or threatens to harm you or self-harm if you leave the relationship. Twist the truth or make you feel you are to blame for your partner's actions. Demands to know where you are at all times. Constantly becomes jealous or angry when you want to spend time with your friends. Kids Health also gives a list of signs that your friend is being abused by a partner: unexplained bruises, broken bones, sprains or marks, excessive guilt or shame for no apparent reason, secrecy or withdrawal from friends and family, and avoidance of school or social events with excuses that don't seem to make any sense. The Journal of the American Medical Association reports that this abuse is associated with high-risk behaviors such as early onset of sexual activity, early pregnancy, increased risk of substance abuse, unhealthy weight control behaviors, and suicide attempts. A person who is being abused needs a lot of support and love, understanding, and patience. They need someone who can listen to them, but most importantly, they need to know how they can help themselves. What should you do if you find yourself in an abusive relationship? The first step is obvious. You need to get out of that relationship and make sure you are safe. But why do girls stay in abusive relationships? Women's Web gives several reasons why girls don't leave, such as believing the abuse is their fault, remembering a time when he was charming and caring, or thinking she can change him. This isn't true, however. You need to know that abuse is never okay, that it will not stop, and how you can help yourself. Michelle New, PhD, an advocate to stop abuse in teenage relationships, says that you need to avoid the tendency to isolate yourself from your friends and family and not rely on yourself to get out of the situation. If you ever should find yourself in an abusive relationship, you should turn to your friends and family for help and support. It is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of self-respect and courage. Every teen, especially girls, need to be aware of what abuse is, what the signs are, and how to help themselves. There's no place for abuse in love. Thank you. And this is the website that I did most of my research from. It's kidshealth.org, and it gives you all sorts of information on abuse and what it is, how you can help yourself, a lot of the signs, and the website has other areas that you can go on to that can help explain different problems that kids have that people aren't aware of.